Close your eyes. Tonight, we wander through the whispering halls of history. A gentle piano melody plays alongside the soft tinkling of wind chimes. The camera slowly zooms in on an ancient map, the ink bleeding seamlessly into sprawling constellations above. In Segment 1, The Silk Road's Lost Tales, we're transported to a time where Zhang Qian, an explorer of the Han Dynasty, journeyed into the desert for 13 long years. We hear the distant, rhythmic jangling of camel bells and feel the weight of the desert as ominous sandstorms swirl around him. The visual captures the shifting desert dunes alongside silhouettes of caravans trailing through the endless sands. Then we find ourselves in Segment 2, The Ghost Piper of Glencoe. Here, in the vast, misty expanses of the Scottish Highlands, a lone piper's haunting lament carries over the hills. The eerie sound of bagpipes echoes as if across time, accompanied by the warm, crackling hearth fire that keeps the darkness at bay. Visually, the segment hovers over mist-enshrouded hills, with candlelight flickering gently in the corners. Onward to Segment 3, Viking Navigation in the North Star. We imagine perilous journeys across northern seas, where a wooden longship slices through the fog of the Arctic. The harmonizing sounds of ocean waves and the creaking of the old ship echo through the night. Under a starry canopy, the Vikings skillfully navigate using the sunstone, their way etched across the shimmering water beneath. Next, Segment 4, Ottoman Coffeehouse Conspiracies, transports us to 16th century Istanbul, where coffee houses buzzed with radical thought and revolution. The sound of coffee grinding murmurs softly among voices. Warm interiors and the aromatic steam unravel tales as journalists, rebels, and thinkers converse in the lively setting. In Segment 5, The Lighthouse Keeper's Wife, we encounter the story of Abigail Burgess, who braved isolation off the coast of Maine to tend to a lighthouse. As waves crash violently against the rocks, the steady ticking of the clock reminds us of time's relentless passage. The visual drama is framed by a stormy sea, where a steadfast lighthouse beam pierces the dark night. As our stories fade into the night, remember, history is the breath of those who came before us, is the whispered promise in the outro. Soft choral humming envelopes us, gradually fading to silence while our sights lift to twinkling stars in a slow fade to darkness. Throughout, the style immerses us in the texture of an oil painting, a nod to the timeless Studio Ghibli warmth, presented as a 4K vintage documentary alive with cinematic fog. Dust motes are captured in macro detail, giving our experience an added depth on weathered parchment, a lens through which we gaze at the past. Tag timestamps highlight pivotal moments, such as at 5 o'clock when the narrative urges a visual shift to desert scenes framed by camel shadows, and at 45:00, where a distant wolf howl leaps into the soundtrack for a fleeting 3-second interval.